Hey YouTube, what's going on guys? Walter Blayney here. I did want to go over an important topic that I've been thinking about today. And if you guys can read it on the board here, the topic is progress. Okay, this is a term that's extremely, I feel like it's been cliche. I feel like it's thrown around by every single social media influencer on the planet. And I did just want to take a second here to digest what this actually means and what you actually mean when you say yourself, I'm making progress or I'm progressing towards this. Let's start with the definition, okay? The definition that Google gives me is the forward or onward movement towards a destination. Okay, destination, I abbreviated it at the end. See guys, progress, that's progress, okay, because I've never made a YouTube video like this, so I'm still learning. And by me trying that position of the whiteboard, I know that's no longer going to work out, so I'm going to slant it a little bit and make some progress so I can have a higher quality video for you. I'm gonna make some progress by adjusting my camera angle so you can see the whole spiel. Make some progress by adjusting the lighting. Forward or onward movement towards a destination. All right, let's start with the destination first. So by definition, in order to have progress, you also must have a destination, right? So this is important because it's like, what is the destination? What are you progressing towards? And I think that's where a lot of people, and myself actually, I need to start. You need to get clear on what it is you're actually working towards. So the destination, it could be a lot of things. It definitely is a lot of things that you're working towards in everyday life. Destination, let's just say you want to make more money. Make more of that chicken, make more of that cheddar, get a little bit of that cheese in the pockets. Okay, that's a destination that's a lot talked about, a lot aspired to in this day and age. So make more money, okay? That's where we're trying to get. What does that mean? It means that this month, the money that's gonna hit my bank account, the money that is deposited into my account via wire transfer, via Zelle, via ACH payment is going to be higher than last month. I made more money. I was transferred more money from other people. What does that mean? Higher income. Okay, simple. So we got our destination. We know what we're trying to do essentially is how do we get more money transferred into our bank account than we did last month? Or last year, or whatever time frame you're breaking this down to. So that's our destination, okay? Movement. Let's go to movement, guys. Movement's good too, because what movement means, let's look up the definition of movement. An act of changing physical location or of having this changed. A change or a development. An act of changing physical location or having something changed. Or having changed. By definition, you're not going to make progress without a destination and without movement. So what are you doing? If I woke up in my bed and stayed in my bed all day long, I didn't create any movement. I didn't act on anything. I didn't go towards anything. I didn't see anything out the ordinary. I didn't physically change myself. So you have to physically be doing something every day in order to make more money. Simple. What do I physically do to make more money? I've gotten here, we're making good progress. We're making good progress on explaining to you what progress is, on how to make more money, forward or onward movement towards a destination. Okay, so I've got my destination. I know, what I'm trying to achieve is I'm trying to make more money. I know that to make more money, I need to have movement in order to go there. So every day I'm waking up, changing my physical location, I'm doing some things, putting things in action in order to make more money, okay? Forward or onward? Forward or onward? Let's look up the definition of forward. Bear with me one moment here, guys. I don't have a team yet of people who can snap this to me. In the direction that one is facing or traveling towards the front. So towards the front, traveling. You're facing the destination and you want to get closer to it. I think a lot of people know exactly what it's going to take to get them to that destination that they're aiming towards. You know exactly the types of movement you need to do in order to set forward movement, in order to set forward momentum towards your definition. You know exactly what it takes to do progress. So let me give you an example. A forward movement in business is taking more phone calls. A forward moving in business is getting more sales. A forward movement in business is reaching more people, is refining the back end system. That's a forward movement. Okay? You need to continuously be putting foot after foot in forward movements that you know will get you there. It's pretty simple. I mean, I'm not talking about changing the world here. I'm not talking about how to put $1 million in your bank account. I'm talking about how to make progress on the daily. And we've just explained it. A forward movement towards a destination. So if you woke up tomorrow on your business and you made 5 phone calls, you made a website, you talked to some people about it, you got some inspiration, that's progress. By definition, that is progress. You woke up out of your bed, you didn't get on your phone, you got on a computer, you got in front of other people, you spoke about it, you created something. That's progress. And the second part of this video is, now that we understand kind of what progress is, forward traveling, forward or onward movement towards a destination. So you're traveling physically, making actions physically towards an end goal. Progress is not pretty. Okay, so by definition, we understand what it is. It's not something that looks the same every day. That's for sure. Progress does not look the same every day. Some days require different types of progress to be made. Okay? So what I mean by this is if I were to wake up today on a Saturday, my progress for my business on a Saturday is going to look a little different than my progress for a Monday. So today's progress, I'm focused on like call reviews, I'm focused on submitting offers, I'm focused on organizing my CRM, I'm focused on making important phone calls that will close out my week, rather than Monday's progress looks like a team meeting, looks like banging out as many phone calls, looks like dispo acquisitions, looks like, it's a little bit different. But what I'm getting at here is that, day after day, so here we got our days here, progress, it'll look like this. Some days it's like that, some days it's like that, some days it's like that. Okay, but regardless of the day, so this is, we have a basic graph here, basic economic graph. So this is time. I believe this is destination. We'll call this destination for the time being, or amount, number amount. Oh, someone's calling me. So by definition, we'll take these at the end of each day, this endpoint here, you must be higher than where you started. You see what I mean? And if that is true, and if you can confirm that with logic, facts, and numbers, that day you made progress. Okay, so that's what I wanted to get out. That is a day of progress. That is a day of you getting better. Okay. And the last thing before I want to wipe this out is any progress, even 1%, even 0.5%, even 0.25% is better than 0, and it's better than negative progress. Any day of the week. This is a calendar that I drew up right here. So pretend these are 30, 31 days, whatever that might be. Every single day that you take and make progress, some days you're only going to look like this. You're only going to put in 20% effort. Other days may look like this. You had a fucking killer day. You slept well. Dude, you maximized every single hour. That is great progress. Another day it might be like this. And the next day it might be like this, and like this, and like this. What I'm trying to say is that regardless of the day, there is something you can always be doing to make progress. This video right now is going to get out there. It's going to share my ideas. It's going to expand my personal brand. It's going to make my brain smarter, make me smarter because I'm the one teaching it. Hope you guys knew that. The master who's teaching it actually learns more than the student who's receiving it. There's a little wisdom, a little nugget for you guys. I'm making progress each day. Today, while I might not be banging out the most phone calls or having the most conversations, I'm still going to make some form of progress by reviewing my calls and making more phone calls. There is never, ever bad progress. That is impossible. If your business depended on whatever, and you woke up tomorrow and you did 5 minutes, just 5 minutes of work on it, that 5 minutes of work is valuable time. That 5 minutes of work is going to move you ahead. You are now 5 minutes more advanced than another competitor in your business or another person you're trying to win over. It looks like this. Everyone's seen this graph. That's what it is. Because each day is a building block, is a stacking block. Because humans, not like you're gonna forget everything, you compound, and skills and ideas and interests compound. So the 5 minutes you put in here today on a Saturday aren't going away ever. You learned things, you saw things, even though you're starting at 0 the next day, let's call it a baseline, and you put in, another few hours of progress, dude, you are still above where you started here on Friday. Saturday, tomorrow is Sunday, so let's do Sunday. So by the time I wake up on Sunday, after doing progress on Friday and Saturday, I'm waking up from the position without even doing anything, without even making an action. You see that I'm already waking up higher than I am Saturday. And that's where it is. And it comes down to a numbers game, guys. The more you play, the better you get. The more progress I go out and make here on this Saturday, via connections, via skills, via phone calls, via deals, via anything, via learning, I'm going to wake up tomorrow on that Sunday on a higher level, more knowledgeable. And then this is where it gets scary. This is where you can see how billionaires become billionaires, because every single day, all they do is wake up, they make more progress, either they make more of it or it's smarter progress, and it just allows them to keep advancing and keep advancing. And eventually it just gets so big that if I were to follow this graph out, this is where you start to see mastery, this is where you start to see experts. This whole board is full of progress because the amount of damage they can do in a day, because they understand higher ROI activities, smarter activities. When they sit down and work, Mr. Friday over here, that's his 3 hours of work. That's what he can do in 3 hours. But Mr. Friday in 1 year from now, using the compounding effect, sits down and works for 3 hours and produces this amount of progress. You see what I'm saying? So regardless of what you do, something, even just 1% is better than doing nothing. So, guys, it's Saturday. Hope you are enjoying your weekend. It's a beautiful day here. It's always beautiful where I live. I hope this helped you guys out, and I hope this inspires you to go out and at least make a little bit of change in the business you're trying to achieve, in the life you're trying to achieve, and make some sort of progress now that you understand what it is. Watch me make one right here too as well. Let's do this. 1, 2, 3. 3 push-ups. 3 push-ups. 3 push-ups, that's nothing. No, that's a lie. 3 push-ups. I am stronger than I was at the time I made this video. That was 3 push-ups. Dude, I just built a little bit more muscle. I just burned a little bit more calories. Those 3 push-ups made me just a little bit more lean, a little bit more strong, and a little bit more mentally tough. Just a little bit. Nothing, like unnoticeable amount of, push-ups don't do anything. Okay. But there it is. There's progress, guys. Keep doing what you got to do. Keep pushing. You know the actions you got to take. I believe in you, truthfully. I think you go out there and achieve everything you can. Have a great Saturday. Keep making progress. Keep working smarter, working harder. You guys got this. Life is amazing. This is Walter Blayney from Blayney Capital. Peace out.